Tonight, somewhere in bear country, a person will crawl into a fabric shelter, close a zipper, and go unconscious. The wall beside their face will be thinner than a t-shirt. Outside, an animal may be moving through the dark that can smell food from far away, move faster than the person can react, and tear open that shelter in seconds. The person inside will hear a branch snap, stare into the black, and eventually fall asleep anyway. Then morning will come. So here is the strange question. If sleeping humans are slow, soft, and completely unaware, why do wild predators usually leave us alone? Why is a tent not treated like a takeout box? The answer is not that predators fail to notice us. In many cases, they know exactly where we are. They leave because, to a large predator, a human is not an easy meal. A human is an uncertain decision, with terrible possible consequences. And the most surprising part is that the decision is often made before you even fall asleep. To understand why, forget the movie version of a predator. A lion, wolf, bear, or mountain lion is not a machine that attacks anything weaker than itself. It is an animal with a body that cannot afford mistakes. A damaged tooth can make feeding difficult. An injured eye can ruin an ambush. A bad leg can turn a hunter into an animal that slowly starves. There is no hospital in the forest, no delivery food while a wound heals. A predator has to remain capable of finding its next meal after surviving the current one. So every possible attack comes with a hidden calculation. How much energy will this cost? How likely am I to succeed? Can the target injure me? And most importantly, do I understand what this thing is going to do? Predators usually become very good at hunting familiar animals. They know how deer run. They know how an antelope turns. They notice which individual in a herd looks weak, young, separated, or injured. Humans do not fit neatly into that library. We stand upright. We move strangely. We stare back. We shout. We throw objects. We use tools. And when one human makes noise, more humans often appear. There is another piece of the calculation that sounds obvious but matters: alternatives. A healthy predator in functioning habitat usually has access to prey it already understands. A deer may be difficult to catch, but it is predictable. A person surrounded by strange objects may be slower, but uncertainty can make that target more dangerous. The easiest looking target to us is not always the safest looking target to the animal. Even a sleeping person comes attached to uncertainty. Is there another person nearby? Will this shape suddenly rise to twice its apparent height? Will it produce light, noise, metal, or pain? A predator does not need to understand a phone, a tent pole, or a flashlight. It only needs to learn that human situations are unpredictable. And wildlife gives us evidence that many large animals have learned exactly that. In the Santa Cruz Mountains, researchers placed speakers near food that pumas had already killed. Sometimes the speakers played tree frogs. Sometimes they played ordinary human conversation. When the cats heard people talking, they took longer to return and spent less time feeding. Think about what that means. These mountain lions had already done the dangerous work. The meal was lying in front of them. Yet the sound of a human was enough to make them leave calories behind. That is not the behavior of an animal that sees us as helpless prey. It is the behavior of an animal that sees us as risk. The National Park Service says something similar about bears, in much plainer language. Most bears will avoid humans if they hear them coming. Not every bear, not in every situation, but often enough that making your presence known is a standard part of avoiding surprise encounters. Now add the camp itself. A campsite is not silent. It carries voices, footsteps, unfamiliar shapes, moving lights, and the scent of several people. A group is larger, noisier, and more difficult to predict than one isolated animal. Many predators hunt by separating one target from a group. A cluster of humans creates the opposite situation. This gives us the first answer. Most predators do not walk past sleeping humans because they somehow missed the opportunity. They walk past because the opportunity looks bad. But here is where the story turns. If predators are so cautious around us, why do attacks on sleeping campers happen at all? Because the important question is not whether the human is asleep. It is what changed the predator's calculation. And sometimes we change it ourselves. Imagine a bear entering a campsite and finding a bag of food beside a tent. The bear does not need to attack anyone. It takes the food and leaves. The next campsite offers another reward, then another. Over time, the strange human smell stops meaning uncertainty and starts meaning calories. The animal becomes less cautious. It approaches sooner. It searches more confidently. It may begin opening coolers, testing doors, or entering tents. The human did not become more edible. The camp became more profitable. That is why wildlife agencies are so obsessive about food storage. In Yosemite, even toiletries, trash, empty coolers, and unwashed cooking items count as scented attractants. The park warns that bears that repeatedly obtain human food can lose their fear of people and sometimes become aggressive. Every careless reward can reinforce the wrong lesson. This is the trap hidden inside the entire question. Your tent is not a force field. Human smell is not magical protection. A campfire is not a guaranteed animal barrier. What usually protects people is a pattern of avoidance. And patterns can break when an animal is surprised, defending cubs or food, unusually desperate, habituated to people, or conditioned to associate a campsite with a reward. That is also why rare attacks can feel so confusing. We use one phrase, predator attack, for events that may be completely different. A defensive animal may be trying to remove a threat. A food-conditioned animal may be searching a place that has paid off before. A truly predatory animal may be treating a human as prey. Those situations can look similar in a headline, but they begin with different calculations. And no general video can replace the rules for the specific animals and location where you are camping. There is another reason sleeping outdoors feels more dangerous than it often is. Your brain hates the idea of being unconscious in an unfamiliar place. Researchers studying the first night effect found that during deep sleep in a new environment, one side of the brain remained more responsive than the other. Sounds reaching that more vigilant side were more likely to wake participants. It was not full half-brain sleep like a dolphin, but it suggested that human sleep in a strange place is not a total shutdown either. Part of you is still listening. That may be why the first night in a hotel feels restless, and why a tiny sound outside a tent can launch you from sleep, as if someone pressed an alarm button inside your skull. Your fear is doing its job, but it is easy to misunderstand what the fear means. When you hear movement beyond the tent, your brain says, "Something is hunting me." The animal outside may be thinking, "Something dangerous is over there." And this reversal is bigger than one campsite. Some ecologists describe humans as a global super predator. Not because our bodies are impressive, but because tools and cooperation let us reshape the behavior of animals, far beyond the ones we directly hunt. Our presence can create a landscape of fear. Animals change where they travel, when they feed, and how long they remain in an area, simply because people are nearby. Pumas leave meals. Most bears try to avoid surprise contact. Across many species, human activity can even push animals toward more nighttime behavior. We imagine the forest as a kingdom ruled by teeth and claws. But in many places, the animal producing the strongest warning signal is the one lying inside the nylon tent. You. That does not make wilderness safe. Wild animals are unpredictable. Attacks do happen. Food must be stored correctly, distances must be respected, and local guidance matters more than any general rule. But it does change the picture. The darkness outside your tent is not filled with predators lining up for an easy meal. It is filled with animals making choices. Most of them are trying to conserve energy, avoid injury, find familiar food, and make it through the night without taking a stupid risk. Exactly like you. So the next time you wake to a branch snapping beyond the fabric, remember this. You are not alive because the forest failed to notice you. Most of the time, the forest noticed you first and decided you were not worth the trouble.